Right, punters, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This is the first time I've pulled up a Blackbook list and had a look at them for Strathalbyn, so I'm totally raw going into this. I don't know any of the form. Well, I know the horses in the Blackbook, but I haven't qualified him into these races. This is the first time I've looked through the Strathalbyn Blackbook. It's the first run through, so I'm going to do it, see what happens. Don't know if it's going to be a good video or not, but this is what I do in my head when I first look at Blackbook list. 2 in race 3 at Strathalbyn, 1350 metre maiden, 25k. Work out the pace quickly. It's running down through the 800 and 400 figures. Trying to do it quick so you don't wait. So, likely moderate, okay. 3 in the 13. Leaving Las Vegas by Piero out of an Exceed and Excel mare. Pedigree says 1350. Philip Stokes, place 3 from 3. Lightly raced 9 Dwarf up, third up into it. Stretching out to 1350. Dropping in class from a 50k midweek. Split Shadow of Eagle and City United. Alright, so it's a pretty strong Blackbook condition. Drawn 2. Pace is probably a little bit against it, goes back. The other one's the 13. Bred for speed. A Star Witness out of a command mare. She was pretty good. She must be obeyed. None from 5. Gordon Richards, Damien Moore, Ron Livesey up. Want to jump out back on the 12th of November. We put it in on the 26th of the 12th. So that was 6 days after it failed at Oakbank, third up. So we're doing form for that race, and we found it off the jump out back in November when we watched that jump out, obviously. Failed once more since then, over 1,050 at Oakbank. Well, not failed, but finished 5th of 13, beaten 3.6. That was on the 8th. It's on a quick backup, 10 days. It's always important. We need to go back and have a look at that jump out again. See if it was as good as what we first thought. First up run was alright, over 1,050. It was 4th of 10 at Alfaro. Have a look at the bottom half of the pedigree, see if there's any stoutness through the second, third dam back in the pedigree. So they both have to be put under consideration in that race. The 3 looks really well placed, dropping class. Has to be the favourite, doesn't it? Tomorrow. Has to be the favourite. I'll come back to that in a second when it decides to fucking load. Wait, pause for a second. I just paused it for a second, punters, because I wanted to wait for it to load. I didn't want you to have to wait as well. So Strathalbyn, the 3rd. Fuck, they haven't even, this is how hopeless some of these blokes are. They haven't even got fixed odds up yet. Do your job. It's Monday afternoon. Must have slept in all day or something. Right, let's go to the next race at Strathalbyn, which is race 5. And there's 2 in race 5. 1 and the 4. 1350, 25k class 1. Quickly do the speed. I'll pause it while I do that so you don't have to wait 30 seconds. Alright, so I'm back now. There's 5 to 6 leaders in the race, potentially. It's a lot of front end speed for this race. Big field. It's going to be run at a fast tempo. We know that. Let's go and have a look at the 2 Blackbookers, the 1 and the 4. The 1 bad detected by Seamus Ward out of Hassan mare, 1 from 2 winner for the Reading Yard, Morphettville. Finnegan's up. Good jump out back in March, back in June, when to go in the Blackbook. It went in on the 13th of the 3rd, which is even before that, so we need to go deeper back in its form. The form since then, this preparation, split Appalachia and Novella in a really good trial at Oakbank, I remember that, and then come out and won first up for us at 2.6 into 2.5 at Morphettville and 25k maiden. Strong in deep stretch, ran away from 0.8 of a length, out to 1350 now, new peak, obviously, by Seamus Ward out of Hassan man. So when we found it, we did the right job. It's won for us once, and no price up at Strathalbyn. We might get a price again. So, yeah, it looks good. The 4, for this class of race, just straight off the bat, no, it's got natural scope, being so lightly raced, stretching out of this trip, after it's come from midfield and strong through the line over 1200. With that pedigree, it's just going to naturally improve. So, that obviously goes on the radar. Strathalbyn's starting to look pretty good from a Blackbook perspective. We'll be qualified in the races and everything, but this is what gives me an early idea. The 4, Greenwich, it's the other Blackbook in it. by Lonro out of a Dylan Thomas mare. It screens 1400 to 2000. It's probably the short end of the pedigree's good side. You know what I mean? Last start winner at Narracourt. When did it go in the Blackbook? It went in on the 16th of the 2nd, 2004. So we need to go at least 6 runs back deep into its form, because its 5th last start was on the 25th of April 2024. So why did we put it in? That's the question, and that's what we're going to find out now. 16th of the 2nd, so we're looking at runs before that. So that takes us back to, that's the day after. That's the day after it ran third to Zasuko at Pakenham, beaten 1.2. Flash Big Pass late, beaten 1.2. I would say that I've had that race, I've done the form in that race. It's rated really high above par for the tag when I've done the form. That horse is flashed late. Maybe the 2 leaders had a soft lead and it was a advantage to the leaders in the race, and for it to flash late, beaten 1.2, I've gone, oh, there's good merit there. It needs to go in off that. Knowing it's a strong race, it's only been beaten 1.2 and the leader's got the advantage on a soft front end, right? That's good hidden merit. So that's probably why it went in on that date. That's the logical reason. From when I look at it, I put it in a day after that run. It's common sense. So I'll go back and I'll look at it again, you know. But that's when it went in. So what's happened since then? Stayed in Victoria the rest of that prep. Changed from Sadler to Theodore. It's in the right class of races now. It needs to be put under consideration that Theodore's got it going as good as what it was over there. It's been ridden differently. That day when it flashed late, it was ridden from the back. The 3 runs over here in Adelaide, or in South Australia, it's been ridden on the front end. So it's what he does now. It's also worth noting 2 starts ago, he tried to make All and Bad Detective knocked him off when Bad Detective broke his maiden that we spoke about just before. It's all starting to stack up. So race 5 looks good. So we pinpointed 2 races so far at Strathalbyn, races 3 and 5, that are potentially very good races. That takes a lot of the legwork out of having to look at 1, 2 and 4. You know what I mean? Or the other 3 races, whatever they were. So is there any more Blackbookers at Strathalbyn? Let's have a look. I'm scrolling down through the list. As I said, I haven't done it yet. I don't know. This is the first time I've looked through it. This is the next meeting I've got to do. So they're the 2 races. There's 4 Blackbookers at Strathalbyn. They're not bets yet, but I've qualified the Blackbookers that they sit well versus par in those races, with the speed scenario, the base speed scenario taken into account, right? Now I'll dive deeper into the form lines of those Blackbook horses. I'll give them a rating above par, or where they sit par versus a deep dive into their form, and then I'll do the rest of the race and see if anything else puts their hand up, or whether I can find reasons to get those horses beat versus what price they are. It's logical. So yeah, that's how I look at Blackbook. So yeah.